There has been a wave of coups in Africa in recent years. While the reasons given for these coups are legitimate in many instances, empirical evidence suggests coups and military rules do have adverse impact on growth and development in the long run. In this video, we provide specific policy recommendations for addressing coups in African countries. Before we continue, please like and share this video and take the time to click on the black and white subscribe button to subscribe to this channel so we can continue to bring you more videos on the development of the African continent. The following are specific policy measures that can help to prevent coups in Africa if implemented effectively. Implement anti-poverty and pro-growth policies. Specific policies. Provide skill-based education and vocational training to enhance job prospects of citizens. Provide conducive policy environment for job creation. Provide job startup incubators, training and financing assistance. Align education curriculum and skill sets with national and market needs. Provide welfare assistance to the vulnerable, coupled with skill training to make them self-sufficient. Strengthen democratic institutions. Specific policies. Create mechanisms for civil society organizations to monitor and report on government actions and electoral processes to enhance accountability. Establish and strengthen independent electoral commissions to oversee free and fair elections, ensuring transparency in the electoral process. Implement and enforce laws that protect freedom of the press and guarantee access to information to promote an informed electorate. Promote good governance. Specific policies. Enact and enforce anti-corruption legislation with stringent penalties for corrupt practices. Establish and resource an independent ombudsman or anti-corruption agency responsible for investigating and prosecuting corruption cases. Promote fiscal transparency by publishing government budgets and expenditure reports. Conflict resolution. Specific policies. Facilitate peace negotiations and reconciliation processes between conflicting ethnic or regional groups, involving impartial mediators and organizations when necessary. Develop and implement programs for the reintegration of ex-combatants into society to reduce the risk of renewed conflict. Promote intercultural dialogue and education to foster understanding and tolerance among different ethnic and regional communities. Economic development. Specific policies. Implement pro-poor economic policies aimed at reducing poverty and income inequality. Encourage foreign investment and business-friendly regulations to stimulate economic growth and job creation. Invest in education and vocational training programs to enhance the workforce's skills and employability. Civil-military relations. Specific policies. Establish clear lines of civilian authority over the military through legal frameworks and constitutional provisions. Enhance professional military education and training to instill respect for civilian rule and democratic principles. Encourage military leaders to retire from active duty before engaging in political activities to reduce the risk of military interference in politics. Foreign policy. Specific policies. Engage in diplomacy and multilateral efforts to discourage foreign interference in domestic politics, emphasizing the importance of respecting national sovereignty. Promote responsible corporate practices among multinational corporations operating in Africa to avoid exacerbating political conflicts and unfair exploitation of host countries' natural resources. Education and civic engagement. Specific policies. Strengthen civic education programs in schools to teach democratic values, human rights, and the importance of peaceful political participation. Promote community-based initiatives and civil society organizations that engage citizens in local governance and decision-making processes. Regional cooperation. Specific policies. Strengthen the role and capacity of regional organizations like the African Union to mediate conflicts, monitor elections, and apply sanctions against coup leaders without beating war drums. Develop and implement a regional framework for the prevention and resolution of conflicts, with mechanisms for early warning and intervention. Respect for term limits. Specific policies. Make any attempt to manipulate and amend the Constitution to stay in power beyond one's term limit an attempt to commit treason, and any such an amendment should be regarded as treason. Make a national referendum a requirement for constitutional amendments. Train and strengthen the capacity of the judiciary to respect and uphold the rule of law on term limits. Establish earning warning system against coups. Specific policies. Finally, African countries and regional bodies should work together to establish an early warning system to identify countries at risk of a coup. These systems should monitor, identify and sanction leaders in countries who attempt to amend the constitution to extend their stay in power, rig elections, abuse human rights and exhibit bad governance. These policy recommendations can help address the root causes of coups in Africa by promoting good governance, economic development, conflict resolution, and democratic values. However, the effectiveness of these policies depends on their proper implementation and the commitment of African governments, civil society, and international partners to work together to foster stability and democracy on the continent. Thanks for watching, and please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel so we can continue to bring you more videos for Africa's development.